On December 21st, 2024, at approximately 9:50 a.m., deputies with Constable Ryan Gable's office were dispatched to a disturbance at the AutoZone Auto Parts store located at 28803 Burnham Woods Drive. Witnesses at the scene reported hearing gat shots coming from within the store. Upon arrival, deputies discovered a male victim inside the store who had succumbed to multiple gat shot wounds. A description of the alleged gatter was provided, leading to a swift apprehension of the suspect by deputies in the nearby Legends Run subdivision. Hey everybody, it's me, Shell, down here at Shell Most Wanted with Shell News, and welcome back to my channel. Two women unalived and two others seriously injured after Milton Keynes stabbing on Christmas Day. Two women were unalived and a man and a teenage boy were seriously injured in a suspected stabbing on Christmas Day. Detectives launched a double unaliving investigation after they were called to reports of a stabbing at a block of apartments in Bletchley, Milton Keynes at 6:36 p.m. on Wednesday. A 38-year-old woman and a 24-year-old woman, both unalived at the scene. A teenage boy and a man aged in his late 20s were taken to the hospital with serious injuries, where they remain in stable condition. A dog was also injured and was taken to see a vet, but it did not survive. A 49-year-old man from Milton Keynes was arrested on suspicion of unaliving and attempted unaliving. He remains in police custody. Police were scouring a home near the scene in Santa Cruz Avenue as police confirmed they are not looking for anyone else in connection with the alleged stabbing. A large police cordon was in place on Thursday afternoon, and a forensic team could be seen entering and walking up the stairs of a block of flats. Numbered yellow evidence markers and first aid kits were visible on the road and pavement outside the address on a boot of a car parked on the adjoining Trinidad Grove. Floral tributes were tied to a fence of a children's play area near the apartment block following the shocking incident. A local who left the flowers, along with a gray teddy bear wearing a Father Christmas outfit, said she did not know the victims, but added, quote, "This is a lovely area. You don't expect to see this kind of thing here." End quote. Horrified, neighbors have described hearing shouting and screaming as the incident unfolded before multiple ambulances descended on the scene, according to the reports. Senior Investigating Officer Detective Chief Inspector Stuart Brangwyn of Thames Valley Police's Major Crime Unit said, quote, "Firstly, I would like to extend my deepest condolences to the family of the women who have tragically died in this shocking incident. We have launched a double unaliving investigation, which may be concerning to the wider public. However, we have made an arrest and are not looking for anyone else in connection with this incident, and the parties are known to each other." End quote. A woman was burnt to death on New York City subway and can only be identified by her teeth. Uh, NYPD officers have reported that a woman who was set alight while allegedly sleeping, was burnt so severely that identification would likely only be possible through dental records. The horrifying incident occurred early Sunday morning around 7:30 a.m. near the Brooklyn Coney Island Stillwell Avenue subway station. Officers says a man, later identified as 33-year-old Sebastian Zabetta, approached the sleeping woman and set her clothes on fire. Investigators believe there was no verbal exchange between the two, before Zapata used a lighter to ignite the woman's clothing. The entire crime was captured on camera, according to the MTA. New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch stated that the woman's clothing, quote, became fully engulfed in a matter of seconds, end quote. Quote, this person carried out one of the most depraved crimes one person could possibly commit against another human being, end quote, Tisch said. After the train pulled into the station, Cepeda reportedly exited the train and sat on a bench as NYPD officers swarmed the car. Mercy medical personnel declared the woman unalive at the scene after extinguishing the fire, reports the Mirror US. The spokesperson for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, Jeff Carter, disclosed that Cepeda from Guatemala had previously been deported back in 2018 and had re entered the U.S. illegally. The body cameras officers wore captured a quote very clear detailed look end quote at him and these images were then released to the public. The Associated Press noted that later on police received a tip off from three high school students who recognized Cepeda from the photo, leading to the arrest of a quote person of interest end quote who was donning the same gray who was donning the same gray sweatshirt, beanie, pant stained trousers, and beige boots. Eric Gonzalez, the Brooklyn district attorney, expressed his resolve to seek justice, Satan, quote, this gruesome and senseless act of violence against a vulnerable woman will be met with the most serious consequences, end quote. Cepeda is reportedly facing unaliving charges. This incident follows New York Governor Kathy Hochul's initiative to send National Guard troops to assist in random bag checks for weapons in the city's subway amidst a spike in significant crimes. Moreover, Hochul has recently increased patrols during the festive season. The National Guard's presence follows Hochul's backing of funding to install video cameras on every train car in New York subway system. Michael Kimber, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority's chief security officer, and several other officials lauded the security cameras as a reason police were able to apprehend the suspect so swiftly. According to an article by NBC News, the woman that was fatally set on fire in the NYC subway was identified by police as 57-year-old from New Jersey. The victim's name the victim's name is Debrina Kawan, and she is from Towns River, New Jersey, according to the New York Police Department. The woman was fatally set on fire in a New York City subway earlier this month, has been identified as 57-year-old Debrina Kawan from Towns River, New Jersey, police said Tuesday. Kawan was asleep on an idle file train at the Stilwell Avenue station in Brooklyn on December 22nd, when just before 7:30 a.m. a man set her on fire and fled, according to the New York Police Department. A Houston teen was pow-powed unalive in a blood-spattered AutoZone after the unaliver marches in and blasts him. A suspected pow-power has been charged with unaliving after a teen was pow-powed down while working in a branch AutoZone. William Gabriel Aquila, 19, is accused of walking into a car parts store in Brenham Woods, Montgomery County, Texas, and blasting Carlos Perez, also 19. He sadly unalived after being pow-powed multiple times, according to Click to Houston. Police said they received reports about the incident up at around 9:50 a.m. on Saturday. The suspect, later named as Aquilar, fled on foot but was arrested a short distance from the store. The horror Pow-powing unfolded just yards from a daycare center where kids were practicing gymnastics, according to the reports. Following the tragic incident, Carlos's loved ones paid loving tributes to the hardworking young man who was religious and had dreams of progressing in his car industry. David Ackerman said his close friend, according to Click to Houston, he was the best of all of us. He was supposed to have a good life, not this. He had dreams, big dreams. It's not fair. Delaney Alanis, Carlos's cousin, also shared her grief at his sad loss. She told Fox 24, "We're heartbroken, we're sad, we're angry, we're feeling all of these emotions. He did not deserve any of this." She added, quote, "He was very religious. He welcomed everybody in his life. If someone had a problem, he would help them out, even if he didn't know them, no matter what. He will always be there with us, in our heart, in our mind," end quote. A video was shared on Facebook showed a crowd of residents gathered outside the AutoZone store yesterday where Carlos sadly lost his life. As a part of candlelight prayer vigil, one of his friends of who saw the footage wrote, quote, "I love this young man. I will treasure our memories and vacations to the beach after graduation. RIP," end quote. Aquilar was arrested and charged with first degree unaliving following the pow-powing. Captain Adam Acosta of Montgomery County Precinct 3 Constable's Office told Click to Houston, quote, "Christmas time is about family. It's about trying to be together and celebrate. And when something like this happens, it's very upsetting," end quote.
County family tonight is mourning the death of a young man shot to death while working Saturday morning.
Fox 26 Jade Fleury is live for us at the AutoZone in Spring where that shooting happened. And Jade, you spoke with that family here today. Obviously, very devastating news.
Yeah, you guys can only imagine how 19-year-old Carlos Perez's family feels following his sudden death just as they were about to gather for the holiday. They say although he's gone, he will never be forgotten.
He did not deserve any of this.
Carlos Perez's life cut short Saturday morning when he was shot while working his job at AutoZone in Spring.
He was a son, a grandchild, a brother, a cousin, a friend.
The suspect, 19-year-old William Gabriel Aguilar, arrested and charged for the young man's murder. Police have not released a motive.
Very heartbroken. We're sad. We're angry. We're feeling all of these emotions.
Carlos's family remembering him as a kind and generous soul who would always lend a helping hand to anyone in need.
He was very religious. He welcomed everybody in his life. If someone had a problem, he would help them out. Even if he didn't know them, he would welcome them in his house.
His family describing the 19-year-old as a lover of sports and a car enthusiast, saying he had big dreams of being an engineer in the automotive industry.
He wasn't even fully grown yet. He was still missing all of his achievements. He had goals set for himself.
Carlos's grandma says he called her 2 weeks earlier to say he planned on proposing to his longtime girlfriend, Katie.
Él tenía novia, la amaba.
And my grandma was like, "What do you mean? Like, it's too soon." And he was like, "No, because she's the love of my life. Like, I want to be like you and Grandpa that were together for 50 years, 56 years.
A memorial is growing outside of AutoZone in honor of Carlos.
No matter what, he will always be here with us, in our heart, in our mind. We love you, Carlos."
And Aguilar is currently being held in the Montgomery County Jail on a $750,000 bond. A vigil for Carlos will be held at 7:30 tonight at the AutoZone where he worked.
Hey friends, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And let me know down in the comments if you heard of this story and your opinions. So be safe and bye bye.